out at the east gate.
Grandmaster Hieroglyph, I'm glad to meet you, Rustalon. Give me the secrets of a master mason, or I will take your life.
This is no time or place to demand no secrets.
Talk not to me about time, place, patience, or the completion of the temple. Give me the secrets of a master mason, or I will take your life.
It behooves you in this rude and violent manner thus to demand no secrets. When the temple's completed, if found worthy, you'll then receive them lawfully as I have.
You have passed Jubala Jubalo. Me you cannot pass. My name is Jubalum, well known for my determination of character. What I undertake, that I do. Give me the secrets of a master mason instantly, for I will take your life.
I will not.
What? Still persist? Then die.
What horrid deed is this? You have slain the Grandmaster Hiram Bill.
This is no time for reflection. What shall we do with the body?
We will bury the rubbish in the temple in the low flow. You three will meet again and discuss what to do with it.
Agreed.
Now what shall we do?
Let us make our escape out of the kingdom.
Seafaring man.
Let us hail him.
Hail, Captain, hail.
Hello.
Is that your ship yonder?
It is.
Whither are you bound?
To Ethiopia.
Do you take passengers?
I do.
Will you take us?
I will, if you have King Solomon's pass.
We have no pass, but we have money, and we will pay you your demands.
And you cannot go, for I have strict orders not to take workmen from the temple out of the country unless express permission from King Solomon.
What shall we do?
Let us turn back into the country.
Agreed.
Most excellent King Solomon, the Grandmaster Hieroglyph is missing.
Missing? How do you know to be missing?
You seen the Grandmaster Hieroglyph?
Have you seen the Grandmaster? Have you? Have you seen it?
No.
Have you seen the Grandmaster? Hail, brothers!
Hail, brother.
What discoveries have you made?
The earth has been recently removed. It has the appearance of a grave.
Well, there causes confusion among the crowd.
Most excellent King Solomon, the fall tracks have returned.
O Lord my God, O Lord my God, O Lord my God, is there no help for the widow's son?
Brother Havertar, you will raise the body by the grip of an inner French mason.
Most excellent King Solomon, the body cannot be so raised, owing to its advanced state of decomposition. It having been dead 15 days, skin slips from the flesh.
Then you will endeavor to raise the body by the true grip of a fellow crab.
Most excellent King Solomon, for like reasons as before, the body cannot be thus raised. The flesh cleaves from the bone.
Brother Havertar, what shall we do?
Let us pray.
Brethren, let us pray.
O God, knowest our down sittings and our uprisings, and our understandest
our thoughts afar off. Shield and defend us from the evil intentions of our enemies, and support us under the trials and afflictions which we are destined to endure while traveling through this vale of tears. Man that is born of woman is of few days and full of trouble. He cometh forth as a flower and is cut down. He fleeth as well as a shadow and continued not. Seeing that his days are determined, the number of his months is with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Turn from him that he may rest till he shall accomplish his day. For there is hope of a tree, if it be cut down, that it will sprout again, and that the tender branch therefore will not cease. But man dieth and wasteth away, yea, man giveth up the ghost, and where is he? As the waters fail from the sea, and the flood decayeth and drieth up, so man lieth down and riseth not up, till the heavens shall be no more. Yet, O Lord, have compassion on the children of thy creation, and minister them comfort in the time of trouble, and save them with everlasting salvation. Amen.
Brother, I am tired. My mind is now clear. Although the skin slips from the flesh, and the flesh cleaves from the bone, there is yet still strength in the lion of the tribe of Judah. The body shall be raised on the 5 points of fellowship, and the first words spoken or uttered after the body is raised will be the substitute for the ancient master's word until future generations discover right.
This, my brother, is a true grip of the Master Mason. It said the body of Grandmaster Hine with the burnish from
Who comes here?
Brother, who has been regularly initiated and entered apprentice mason, passed through the degree of fellowcraft, now seek for the light in masonry by being raised to the sublime degree as the mason.
Is this of your own free will and accord?
Yes.
You will say I, pronounce your name in full, and in an audible tone of voice, repeat after me. I, of my own free will and accord, in addition to my former obligations, that I will always hail, forever conceal, and never reveal any of the secret arts, parts, or points of the hidden mysteries of Freemasonry, appertaining to the degree of Master Mason, to any person under the canopy of heaven, except it be to a true and lawful brother of this degree, or within the body of a just and legally constituted lodge of Master Mason, and neither unto him nor them, till after strict trial, to examination, or lawful information, furthermore, that I will aid and assist all distressed, worthy brother Master Mason, their widows and orphans, their widows and orphans,
whithersoever dispersed around the globe, that I will keep the secrets
that I will keep the secrets
of a brother master mason
of a brother master mason
as my own, when given to me in charge as such, murder and treason accepted. Furthermore, that I will not violate the chastity
that I will not violate the chastity
of a brother master mason's wife,
of a brother master mason's wife, daughter,
sister, mother or widow, or suffer the same to be done by another. Furthermore, that I will not give the grand hailing sign of this degree, unless I am in real distress or for instruction, finding myself under no less a penalty than that of having my body severed in twain. My bowels taken thence and burned to ashes, and the ashes cast to the four winds of heaven, that no more remembrance may be had of me among men and masons forever. God,
So help me God,
and keep me steadfast in the due observance of this, my solemn obligation
my solemn obligation
as a master mason.
as a master mason.
Now, at your hand, bow your head, and in token of your sincerity, kiss the Holy Bible on which you have been obligated. Brother Senior Warden, release the candidate from the faith, though it being 3 times around his naked body is to signify that he is now bound to fraternity by a 3-fold tie. Being in a condition of darkness, Senior Warden, assist me in bringing the candidate from darkness to see the light by which Master Masons work. First objects presented to your people being brought from darkness are the 3 great lights of Freemason, as before, with disturbance. You now observe both points of the compasses, elevated above the square, which is to teach you that you are now about to receive all the light which can be conferred upon you in the Lodge of Master Masons. And that you're not to lose sight of this valuable instrument by which we are taught to circumscribe our desires, keep our passions within due bounds toward all mankind, particularly our brethren.
And, I know you know because I've heard it on your show before. I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country. And we drain their blood and we mix it with a Passover bread. And then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses that we own. And we grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets. And the people, they eat it for breakfast. They eat their children for lunch. And, us Jews, we gotta do what we do. The most important thing to remember between you, Pastor Wickstrom, and me, Rabbi A.B. Finkelstein of New York, that we both have 2 fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in 2 different ways.
And we know that there's a massive collision that's going to take place between 2 forces, don't we?
Well, that's what your book says. Our book says that we're going to take over the world.
Well, I look at you...
You're doing a pretty good job right now.
Yes, you've done a pretty good job, but there's quite an awakening coming. And my father, who's not your father, my father Yahweh, who isn't your father, of course, your father is talked about by my father in John 8:44, stating that your father was Satan and that you're the descendant of Cain who was the first murderer. And you know that's true because you teach it in your synagogue.
Well, that's true, but it's not for you Goyim to know. But right now it's too late. It's over for you white race. So that's why I'm speaking so honestly here, to bring it out into the open so that you can see it for what it is. You've been teaching the people real good, but they don't wake up, do they? You don't get a lot of followers, do they? Because you know why? They're scared of us Jews, because they don't want to be called anti-Semites, and they believe that we're the chosen people, and so that's why we can do whatever we want to do, and we can get away with it because the white men are cowards, and we go to the synagogue all the time and have some Manischewitz and dance the Hava Nagila.
You know, it's interesting. I've told people for years and years, it's not that you Jews are hiding anything. You're coming right out on television, in the newspapers, on the radio, and you're telling the people exactly what you're going to do before you do it, and they're like they're brain dead.
Well, we did a good job with the public school system. We got you to put all of your children in there. You notice that the Jew doesn't put his children in there. They go to the Hebrew Academy where we teach them the real things, and then they go to the synagogue and they learn the real important things. But we send your kids to the public school. We even have you tax yourself from your property so that you never own your property. And so if you don't make your property tax, we're going to take your property. You can bet on that. And we have you put your kid in a 12-year babysitting is about all it does, because you don't learn anything. And then by that time, the kids, they get to be teenagers, and then we give them the music. Not that we really want to call it music, because oy vey, that's not music. But they listen to that, and then they want to do what they want to do, and so we sell them drugs, and we make a lot of money off your children. Your children from cradle to grave. All we do is make money off of them. Your cattle, your goyim, the human cattle. Mazel tov.
You know, it's interesting. Yes, I know what you call us, but you know, you may call me Goyim, but I can call you devil, but you know I'm going to be calling you a good name because that's what you are.
Well, that's true.
Now, you see, Rabbi Finkelstein, in your synagogue out there in New York, do you have a lot of infighting with the other Jews, the Orthodox Jews and the other Jews? I mean, is there a lot of infighting for the money out there in New York? I've heard that there's a big inner war going on now with Jewry.
Well, we fight a little bit and we argue a little bit. Of course, that's the two most important things we do is complain and get the gelt. And so what we do, we're not really fighting among ourselves because we're both going to make a lot of money. It's just who's going to make a little more on this deal and who's going to make a little more on that deal. The bottom line, though, is we have the Goyim. The Goyim does all the work. The Goyim makes all the stuff. He sells it to us for pennies. We're the wholesalers. We're the middlemen. We mark it way up and sell it to the other Goyim on the retail side. There's an old saying in Yiddish that the reason that God made Gentiles is because somebody has to pay retail. It's not going to be the Jew for sure. The Jew doesn't pay retail. It's the Goyim that pays retail. We buy wholesale.
Well, that's very interesting. I understand it. But I also know the bloodletting. I know that on your Passover, which isn't mine, that a lot of little children do disappear, and I do know that, and I know a lot of police departments and agencies have been informed, but you're very open. You're very open tonight. I'm very surprised that you're talking about the bloodletting of the little children, that you put their blood in the matzah balls, and that you eat it on sacrifice on Passover.
Well, there was a Goyim that wrote a book about it back in the 30s. I forget his name at the moment. But anyway, he wrote the book. People didn't buy the book. People don't want to listen. We've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, since down to Adam's time. we take the children of our enemy, which is the white race, and we bring them to the basements in the synagogues where we drain the blood and watch them die there. It's very similar to how we do the sacrifices that we do with the kosher butchering, and so we do that, and then we mix it with the Passover bread, and so we eat the blood of our enemies. And the bodies, we're not cannibals, so what we do is we take those, because we can make some shekels, and we give them to the slaughterhouses, and those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we grind up in the sausage and the hamburger, and that's why we made those the most popular thing, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch. And so all the goyim out here are really eating their children. And even when we say this outright and tell you people, you don't believe it. So that's your problem.
You know, I've got a question, and I yes, it is a problem. But you see, I've always wondered, how did you Jews ever get control of the, i.e., Christian churches in this country? It's always baffled me to a varying degree, Rabbi Finkelstein. You know, you have your synagogue out there in New York on the East Coast, but I'm wondering, how did you ever totally get control of these Christian churches who at one time told their congregations to stay away from you Jews? How did that happen?
Well, you know, our father Lucifer, the number one thing of all the organizations out there on the earth that we would want to infiltrate and take over of you goyim, obviously would be the churches. So we attacked them first, and we attacked them most. And we infiltrated the Catholic Church right from the very beginning. Why do you think the Pope and all the cardinals and the bishops wear a yarmulke? The white race never figures this out. And so then we took all your books that had all your scriptures in there, and we burned them. And then we wrote them in Latin so that you couldn't understand them. But we understood Latin because we're Jews and we're smart and we're educated. But you goyim out there, you never teach yourself. You don't self-teach. You're always looking for somebody else to do it for you. So you wind up being schleppers all your life. And so anyway, 1,000 years later, when a bunch of the white race started to wake up in Europe, and they started to leave the Catholic Church, it was a terrible time because we weren't making as many shekels as we used to. So we had to put a stop to it. So the kings that we had in our hip pocket, just like the politicians of Washington, D.C. today, we paid them off to get you declared heretics so that they would crucify you and kill you. But there was too many of you, and the West was opening up, where the Jews opened up New York and Rio, and everybody started going west to the Americas. And so we had to come up with a Plan B. And Plan B, we formed the Jesuits. There was a nice boy, Ignatius Loyola, that he started the Jesuits. And so they decided to infiltrate all the Protestant churches out there. And as always, us Jews work our way to the top. And then we take over the money line, the shekel line, the most important line, the lifeline, the gold. And so we took that over.
What is adrenochrome? So what then happens is, as this terror manifests itself, it enters the blood in the form of an adrenaline. This terror produces this adrenaline in the blood. And that's what the Satanists drink, and we call it adrenochrome. And they describe how when these Satanists drink the blood of the sacrifice, laced with this adrenochrome, it's like a frickin' drug. They go crazy, right? And that's adrenochrome, and that's what these people are consuming. So all these stories in Washington D.C. about adrenochrome drinkers, it's true. That's what goes on.
you see the celebrities or stars actually age this rapidly, this is attributed to them no longer having access to adrenochrome, okay? Adrenochrome is typically extracted from the 33rd vertebrae or the left eye, and it's typically taken from children, all right? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. This is something that the deletes do, and why child trafficking is so prevalent amongst these nefarious draconian beings, all right? And again, at this point in time, he no longer has access to this adrenochrome supply. We are in a time of karmic retribution, okay? The sun is exposing everything, all right? All of the deletes that actually have been doing a lot of nefarious things in the shadows are now about to be exposed. This is the age of Aquarius. What that means is that the flow of new information is pouring in and everything's about to be revealed. This is adrenochrome, okay? And it's pretty much adrenaline in a bottle, basically. What it does is it helps these deletes to keep their youth, to keep their vitality, to stay youthful. A lot of them look very young because of this substance right here. And when they extract the adrenochrome, they do it when the children are in the highest state of fear. This is when they want to extract adrenochrome, because that's when the adrenaline is most potent, all right? And again, they extract it from the 33rd vertebrae or the left eye. And a lot of these celebrities are using this on a consistent basis. Some of your favorite celebrities that you call beautiful and think have the best health regimen plan are actually utilizing adrenochrome.
One lady was like, "How many cheeses, Jerry?" Jerry was like, 7 different cheeses, 7 different cheeses. People went crazy. By the way, all these people were white. These are all fucking white people. They start chanting, "Bop, bop, 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 bop." The fuck is bop, man? Bop, bop, bop. What the fuck is bop? White woman leaned over the table. She was like, "It's short for brick oven pizza." I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, okay, I get it. Seinfeld had some Italian men walk out. They had pizza-like garb on. They start passing out the pizza saying Italian shit. I don't know Italian. It just dawned on me, actually, as I told that joke. What I'm doing is racist right now. I apologize. People were eating the fucking pizza going crazy. "Oh my God, I taste the cheeses, Jerry. I taste the cheeses." They brought me my piece of pizza. I took a bite. I couldn't fucking believe it. Best pizza I've ever had in my life. Best fucking pizza I've ever had. Had some type of lettuce on it. I've never tasted this shit. Tell my white baby's got some type of lettuce on it. Wait till you taste the lettuce. This white woman, she leaned over again. She was like, "It's arugula." What? "It's arugula." Oh, shit. I took another bite. I got caught up. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop.
What if I told you all the presidents, and I mean all of them, were still alive? But I wasn't going to just speculate on it. I was going to prove it. Here's Teddy Roosevelt. Here's Robin Williams. And that's both of their wives. And here's Andrew Jackson and his wife. And, well, what if we paired a younger picture with Miss Jackson with Miss Maxwell? Do you think that they might just fit pretty well down to the lips, the nose, and eye placement? And what if this goes back to our very first president and his wife, Martha? Funny how he looks a little more feminine than her. And a subscriber, Samantha, pointed out the resemblance of Glenn Close and George Washington. Funny, Glenn, especially spelled like Glenn Close, Glenn. It's a funny name for a girl. You want to see something even funnier? Here's Glenn Close's husband. And, well, do you recognize him? How about now? That's Martha Washington. Glenn Close's husband, Martha Washington. And I'm going to stop after this one for a second. Here's the 25th president, William McKinley, and I couldn't help but notice how identical he looked to Dumb and Dumber star Jeff Daniels. Oh, and the first time I ever happened to see this, they started talking about Dumb and Dumber randomly on the TV in the very first second. And you know what's even funnier than that is how he's got a little mark right there. Good old President McKinley. And oh, look at that. So does Jeff Daniels. I did a 10-minute video on this that I'm testing out for the subscribers of mine, because if anything's going to get censored and shut down and give me account bans and strikes and warnings, it's this one. And let me tell you what that whole video is about. It's how they're not human. Here's Alec Baldwin and President Fillmore. And I say they're not human, and they tell us what they are. Just like the book of Enoch says, fallen angels are referred to as stars. Go watch the 10-minute video. I'll release it eventually, but I need to test the waters because it's a doozy, and I think it explains exactly what's going on. But of course, all this is for entertainment purposes. I'm sure that they all just are doppelgangers.
Источник зла – это Бог, не сатана. В иудаизме сатана – это и есть Бог.
Do you see Jews and non-Jews as the same? כאילו שווה ערך.
No.
Okay, explain.
I see Jews as the chosen nation.
Okay.
They were chosen by Hashem.
They deserve the same rights? Let's put it that way.
What
Jews,
political
non-Jews,
rights?
anyone who lives here, let's say. Does everyone deserve you treated the same? Let's put it that way.
I think not. I think that this is the nation of the Jews, that the Jews should have more rights than the non-Jews.
Like, give me an example of a right that a Jew should have that a non-Jew shouldn't.
Right now, I think that the Jews should get land here, like the Bible says, that each Jew, when Yeshua came with the Jews to Israel, each one got his own plot of land. So I think that each Jew should get his own plot of land, and non-Jews shouldn't.
How many civilians have been killed in Gaza, from what you know?
Who gives a shit?
Okay, but don't you feel like, for example, children?
Children grow up to be Arabs.
את יודעת כמה חפים מפשע נהרגו בעזה?
טוב, מסקנה שנעצור.
את לא רוצה לענות על זה?
תודה.
אוקיי, אפשר לשאול למה?
כי אני לא חושבת שיש מישהו שהוא חף פשע שם.
את יודעת כמה חפים מפשע נהרגו בעזה?
לא, זה גם לא מעניין אותי.
לא? למה?
לא מעניין אותי, אני...
And what's happened at the end of the party?
My dad kills babies and he eats the meat.
Okay, well, let's just talk about the party day,
Yeah.
okay? So, the party, what was the party like?
I don't like the party.
Why not?
They touch me,
Who?
kick me, my front privates, they hurt me. So when they stick a big plaster really in my bottom, and when it bleeds, if I cry, he like, do you know those spaghetti spoons? Those metal ones. If I cry, he hits me on the head with it.
Okay.
But if I cry more, he hits me again. But if I cry more, the nurse teacher, Smiley, she injects me and I sleep an injection on my neck, and then I fell asleep straight away. So they make a hole in, and they tie string around, and then they put it all around the body, but they're naked. And they got this tattoo on the private with like little piercings. They have they buy plastic willies.
Right, okay.
Yes, and then they strap it on, but they make sure it hurt. They want plastic willies. They don't want to use their real willies.
Why not?
Because it just doesn't hurt. They want to make sure it hurts.
Okay, so who's they? So Papa and who else?
Mr. Hollings,
Papa and
headmistress.
Okay, so
all the
Papa,
teachers.
Mr. Hollings, the headmistress.
Yes, Miss Marden, Mr. Fanoni, Mr. Gorge.
Okay, so who done it when you went to that house? Who was there?
So all the staff.
All the staff.
All the parents, the parents of all the children, they'll all know about it. We decided to stop touching each children and stop touching each other and stop touching ourselves and face our urge.
And what else are you going to stop doing?
And stop touching ourselves. And we're going to stop touching ourselves.
And what else are you going to stop?
And stop killing babies. And stop killing babies, and we're going to face our fear and face our urge.
You're going to face your fear. Your fear is what?
Fear is the mind killer.
And you're going to help us to catch who? You're going to help us to catch?
All the people. Papa, Mr. Collins, Mr. School.
All the policemen, all the social services.
Speak up, speak up.
All the shopkeepers, all the cafes, all the pizza specials.
Who did you mention?
It was 2014, September, and I can't remember how, but I found out that the police were looking for me. It might have been social services got in touch with me and said that you need to go to the police station, and the children have been taken away from your mom. And I'm saying, why? Why are they being taken away from the mom? What's going on? And they won't tell me anything. I was kind of freaking out a little bit.
And what did the police say to you that you'd been accused of?
They'd said, I'm okay with what they said. It's more that it's come from my children.
And Ella and those two children's case is not unique. I sat with her for 3 hours, and what she shared was 100% truth. And I know no police officers have properly investigated this.
I'm Ella Gariba, aka Draper, the mother of Alisa and Gabriel. I'm still fighting for my own children and other children's rights. This has never ceased for the last 7 years. All my parental rights were removed. The local authority is under no obligation to notify me of my children's health, education, or well-being. I myself have had to leave the UK in order to protect my life and freedom. I was essentially framed for arrest and prevented from participation in any trial.